Have you ever felt like you didn't belong in this world? As if your soul remembered something older, wiser, and more peaceful? What if that feeling was more than imagination? What if your soul once walked the sacred lands of Lemuria, a forgotten realm of ancient wisdom, spiritual harmony, and cosmic connection? In this video, we'll uncover the mystery of Lemuria and explore the powerful signs that your soul may have once belonged to this lost civilization. Welcome to the video. Today we're diving into a fascinating topic, one that connects the spiritual realm with ancient civilizations. Have you ever wondered if your soul could be from Lemuria? You might be surprised, as many people feel drawn to Lemuria's mystical energy, its legends of wisdom, and its powerful spiritual significance. In the next few minutes, we will explore whether you might have a soul connection to this lost land. So sit back, relax, and let's embark on this enlightening journey together. But first, let me briefly introduce Lemuria. To those of you who may not be familiar with it, Lemuria is said to be an ancient civilization, a highly advanced society that once existed on Earth, long before recorded history. It is often described as a land of peace, spiritual enlightenment, and deep connection to the universe. The very essence of Lemuria continues to resonate with people around the world. Many believe that its teachings are still available to us today in the form of hidden knowledge, and this knowledge might be what caused certain souls to reconnect with it. So are you one of those souls? Let's find out together. I'll guide you through the signs, the characteristics, and the energy that might help you discover if your soul could actually be from Lemuria. By the end of this video, you'll have a much clearer idea of whether or not your soul has ties to this ancient civilization. Now let's get started and unlock the mysteries of Lemuria. Lemuria is often described as a lost continent, a mythical civilization that existed thousands of years ago. Many believe it was a land of advanced spiritual wisdom and harmony. Its existence, however, is not something that has been confirmed by modern science. It's more of a legend passed down through ancient stories and spiritual teachings. The idea of Lemuria first surfaced in the 19th century, with writers and spiritual seekers speculating that it was located in the Pacific Ocean. Some believe it stretched across what is now the Pacific and Indian Oceans. Others say it was somewhere near the Himalayas, or even off the coast of what is now Antarctica. The exact location of Lemuria is still a mystery, but its influence has lasted throughout the centuries. Many spiritual traditions speak of a time when Lemuria was at the peak of its glory. Its people are said to have lived in perfect harmony with nature, deeply connected to the cosmos and each other. They were believed to possess extraordinary spiritual abilities and knowledge, including telepathy, energy healing, and the ability to access higher dimensions of consciousness. This connection to the universe and the spiritual realms allowed them to live in peace and unity, without the conflicts that have plagued later civilizations. But as with many great civilizations, Lemuria eventually met its downfall. Various theories suggest that it was destroyed by a natural catastrophe, perhaps a massive earthquake or rising sea levels, or it could have been the result of spiritual decline. Whatever the cause, the Lemurian civilization vanished. But their legacy still lives on in the form of esoteric teachings. Many modern-day spiritual seekers believe that the teachings and wisdom of Lemuria are available to us if we are open to receiving it. Some say that Lemurians were not just highly advanced in their spiritual practices, but they also had a deep understanding of the Earth's energy systems. They are said to have communicated with the Earth itself, using crystals, sacred geometry, and other tools to keep the planet in balance. Today there are those who believe that a few individuals may have retained this ancient knowledge, that they might have even been reincarnated in the present day. Could you be one of them? Could your soul have been a part of Lemuria's enlightened civilization? We'll dive deeper into that later. But first, let's explore the characteristics that many believe define a Lemurian soul and how to recognize if you might have a connection to this ancient land. A Lemurian soul is often described as being deeply intuitive. These individuals have a heightened sense of awareness. They can easily tune into the energies of the world around them. often feeling what others are feeling or sensing the unseen forces that influence our lives. Their empathy is immense, making them natural healers and caregivers. They have a strong desire to bring peace and healing to the world, even if they don't fully understand why they feel this way. They are drawn to help others, often taking on roles in their personal and professional lives where they can uplift, nurture, and guide people towards higher consciousness. They are drawn to help others, often taking on roles in their personal and professional lives where they can uplift, nurture, and guide people towards higher consciousness. One of the most distinctive characteristics of a Lemurian soul is their deep spiritual connection. They tend to feel a sense of calling towards ancient wisdom, sacred practices, and the mysteries of the universe. Many Lemurian souls are fascinated by astrology, meditation, or energy healing, and they often feel a strong pull to ancient spiritual teachings, such as those from the time of Lemuria itself. This connection to spirituality is not just theoretical or intellectual, but deeply practical. Lemurians often find themselves searching for ways to live more in tune with their spiritual truths. They are not satisfied with surface-level knowledge. They seek to understand the deeper layers of existence, looking beyond the physical world to explore the unseen realms of consciousness and energy. Lemurian souls also have a unique connection to nature. They often feel an unspoken bond with animals, plants, and the earth itself. They are drawn to spend time in natural environments, and they often have an innate ability to communicate with nature in a way that others may not fully understand, whether it's through feeling the energy of a tree or connecting with the spirit of an animal. Lemurian souls have an inherent respect for all living things. They recognize the interconnectedness of all life and seek to live in harmony with it. Another defining trait of Lemurian souls is their tendency to experience feelings of homesickness or displacement. Many of them feel as though they don't quite belong in the modern world. They may find themselves longing for a time when life was simpler, more peaceful, and more spiritually connected. This sense of homesickness could be a sign of their deep connection to Lemuria, a time when they lived in a society that was in perfect alignment with the universe and the natural world. They may also feel a sense of isolation, as if they don't fully resonate with the values and priorities of the world around them. This can sometimes lead to a feeling of being misunderstood or disconnected from others, despite their deep desire to help and heal. Many Lemurian souls also possess a unique kind of wisdom. They seem to have an intuitive understanding of life's deeper mysteries. They often find themselves drawn to study topics like energy healing, metaphysics, or spiritual growth, and they are able to grasp concepts that others might struggle to comprehend. They often feel as though they have lived many lifetimes, gathering wisdom and knowledge over time. This sense of ancient wisdom is one of the most defining characteristics of a Lemurian soul. So if you've ever felt a deep inner knowing, a pull towards ancient spiritual practices, or a sense of not quite fitting into the modern world, you might be experiencing the essence of a Lemurian soul. These traits can be a sign that your soul has lived before, in a time of great wisdom and harmony, and it's possible that you carry that ancient energy within you today. If you're wondering whether your soul could be from Lemuria, there are several signs and traits that might give you a clue. One of the first things to consider is whether you feel a deep connection to ancient civilizations. If you find yourself fascinated by Lemuria, Atlantis, or other lost lands, or if you're naturally drawn to their mysteries, this could be a sign that your soul has a past connection to these places. You might find yourself researching ancient cultures, reading about their philosophies, or even daydreaming about what life was like back then. This sense of curiosity can be a powerful indicator of a Lemuria-N connection. Another sign is a deep feeling of homesickness or longing. If you've ever felt as though you don't fully belong in this world, or if you've had a sense that you're meant to be somewhere else, this could point to a soul memory from Lemuria. Many Lemurian souls report feelings of homesickness, as if they are longing to return to a time or place where they once felt truly at peace. This longing is not always explainable, but it can be a persistent feeling that stays with you. Connected to this homesickness is the sense of not quite fitting in. Lemurians often feel out of place in the modern world. They may not resonate with the fast-paced, material-driven society we live in today, and they may find themselves questioning the values and priorities of the world around them. If you've ever felt like you were meant for something more, something deeper, this could be an indication that you have a Lemurian soul. Many Lemurian souls are drawn to spiritual practices that help them reconnect with their higher purpose. If you have a strong pull toward meditation, energy healing crystal work, or any other spiritual practice that focuses on personal growth and self-awareness, this could be another sign that your soul's journey may be tied to Lemuria. You might also feel a strong connection to nature and animals. This is another hallmark of a Lemurian soul. The Lemurians are said to have lived in perfect harmony with nature, and many people with the Lemurian connections feel an innate bond with the earth. They may feel especially peaceful and grounded when surrounded by nature, or they might find that they have a unique ability to communicate with animals or plants in a way that others don't understand. This deep respect for all living things and a recognition of the interconnectedness of life is a key aspect of Lemurian energy. Do you also have vivid dreams or past life memories that transport you to ancient times? These memories might not always be clear, but you may get glimpses of life in Lemuria, or feel an overwhelming sense of familiarity when learning about it. Some people with Lemurian souls experience flashes of past lives, or even a sense of déjà vu when they're in certain places or around specific people. These past life memories can surface in dreams during meditation, or sometimes even in everyday life. If you feel drawn to certain symbols, like sacred geometry, or have a natural attraction to specific colors or crystals, it could be another sign that your soul has tied to Lemuria. Lemurians are said to have used crystals and sacred symbols for healing and spiritual awakening. And if you're drawn to these tools, you might be subconsciously reconnecting with your Lemurian roots. Another important aspect to consider is your intuition. If you have a strong inner knowing that you are connected to something greater than yourself, or if you often receive insights and guidance from within, this can be a direct link to your Lemurian heritage. Lemurian souls are known for their deep spiritual wisdom and intuitive abilities, so if you often trust your instincts and feel guided by an inner voice, it may be time to explore whether that wisdom comes from a past life in Lemuria. Finally, look at your natural abilities. Lemurians were believed to possess advanced spiritual gifts, such as telepathy, energy healing, and the ability to tap into higher dimensions if you have a natural inclination toward any of these abilities. Or if you've always been fascinated by these topics, it could be a sign that your soul has a connection to the ancient wisdom of Lemuria. These abilities might not always be fully developed, but they could be latent gifts waiting to be awakened. If you recognize any of these signs in yourself, you might be closer to discovering that your soul has tied to Lemuria than you realize. It's important to remember that these are just indicators, and everyone's spiritual journey is unique. But by paying attention to these signs, you may start to uncover more about your past and your soul's true origins. Now that we've explored the characteristics of a Lemurian soul, and some of the signs that might indicate a connection to this ancient civilization, let's take a moment to reflect and ask yourself, are you a Lemurian soul? I'll guide you through a simple test to help you identify if your soul might be linked to Lemuria. This isn't a definitive scientific test, but more of a spiritual self-assessment to help you tune into your inner wisdom. So take a deep breath. Relax and reflect on these questions first. Do you feel an intense connection to the earth and nature? Do you feel at peace when you're surrounded by natural beauty, whether it's the forest, the mountains, or the ocean? Do you have an innate ability to communicate with animals or plants? If yes, this could be a sign of your Lemurian roots. Lemurians are said to have lived in harmony with nature, so this connection might be part of your soul's essence. Second, do you feel like you've had past life memories or glimpses of other lifetimes, especially in ancient or spiritually significant places? Do certain symbols or landmarks trigger a sense of déjà vu or a deep inner knowing, such as the pyramids, sacred geometry, or ancient temples? If these memories or feelings are strong for you, it may suggest a connection to Lemuria or other ancient civilizations. Third, are you naturally drawn to spiritual practices that focus on personal growth, healing, or connection to the universe? Whether it's through meditation, energy work, or studying metaphysics? Do you feel an inner calling to explore deeper spiritual truths? Lemurian souls often feel a deep thirst for knowledge and spiritual understanding, and they seek out practices that align them with their higher self. Fourth, do you often feel like you don't quite belong in this modern world? Do you sometimes feel out of place or disconnected from the materialistic, fast-paced nature of society? If you have a sense of being misunderstood or having a different way of seeing life, it could be a sign that you are a Lemurian soul. Lemurians often felt out of sync with the world around them because they were ahead of their time spiritually and philosophically. Next, do you find that you have a deep empathy for others? And do you feel compelled to heal or uplift those who are struggling? If you are naturally compassionate, intuitive, and find joy in helping others grow spiritually and emotionally, this is another trait commonly associated with Lemurian souls. Lemurians were healers, teachers, and guides who worked to bring peace and balance, and these qualities might be within you as well. Also, do you have any unexplained talents or abilities, such as energy healing, telepathy, or a deep understanding of spiritual concepts that you didn't necessarily learn in this lifetime? Lemurian souls are said to have had advanced spiritual gifts, and if you find yourself having a natural affinity for these abilities, it could be another indicator that your soul has a Lemurian connection. Lastly, do you have a strong inner knowing or intuition? Do you often get a feeling that you're connected to something larger than yourself, and that you have a deeper purpose if your intuition guides you towards spiritual awakening, and you feel an inner voice guiding you to unlock your soul's potential? This could be a sign that you are indeed a Lemurian soul. Remember, this test is not about having all the answers right now. It's about tuning into your inner truth and reflecting on whether you resonate with these qualities and experiences, even if you only recognize a few of these signs. It's important to remember that your soul's journey is unique, and you may be on the path to rediscovering your Lemuria N connection at your own pace. If you've answered yes to several of these questions, it's possible that your soul is tied to Lemuria in some way. Even if you're still unsure, trust your intuition, as your inner guidance is the key to uncovering your true soul origins. So take a moment now to reflect and see if any of these qualities resonate deeply with you. If they do, you might just be a Lemurian soul ready to awaken to the wisdom and energy of this ancient civilization. If you've discovered that your soul may be connected to Lemuria, you might be wondering how to tap into this ancient energy and awaken your Lemurian wisdom. There are several practices you can explore to reconnect with your Lemurian energy. One of the first ways to connect with your Lemurian soul is through meditation. Find a quiet, peaceful space where you won't be disturbed. Close your eyes and focus on your breath as you relax. Visualize yourself in a beautiful, serene environment. Maybe it's the ancient land of Lemuria, surrounded by crystal clear waters, lush forests, and majestic mountains. Feel the deep connection to the earth beneath you, and imagine yourself drawing energy from this sacred land. Ask your higher self to guide you to the wisdom of Lemuria, and allow any messages, visions, or insights to flow through you. This practice can help you open your mind and heart to the energies of Lemuria, Another powerful way to connect with Lemurian energy is through working with crystals. Lemurians were believed to have used crystals for healing, spiritual awakening, and energy balancing. Specific crystals, such as Lemurian seed crystals, are said to hold the wisdom of Lemuria. These crystals have unique striations or markings on them that are believed to contain encoded information from the ancient civilization. You can meditate with these crystals or carry them with you to help activate and amplify your connection to your Lemuria energy. You can also work with other crystals associated with spiritual awakening, such as clear quartz, amethyst, and rose quartz. These stones will support your journey in unlocking your Lemurian gifts. Another way to connect is through sacred symbols and sacred geometry. The ancient people of Lemuria were deeply connected to sacred geometry and used these patterns to understand the universe and their place within it. You can start by studying symbols, like the flower of life, the maraba, or the spiral. These symbols can be powerful tools for awakening the Lemurian energy within you. You might even draw or meditate on these symbols to deepen your connection. Spending time in nature is another important way to reconnect with your Lemurian energy. Lemurians were said to have lived in harmony with nature, and being surrounded by the natural world can help you tap into the same energies. Take time to walk barefoot on the earth. Spend time near bodies of water or simply sit under a tree and feel the deep connection to all living things. Let the natural world remind you of your deep-rooted connection to the earth and the wisdom that lies within. Also, keep an open mind to the intuitive messages and insights you may receive during your journey, as the Lemurian souls are known for their strong intuition. Pay attention to any dreams, visions, or intuitive nudges you receive. They could be guiding you toward your own inner wisdom and helping you unlock your Lemuria and gifts. Finally, embracing self-love and healing is key. Lemuria Enas were believed to have been healers both for themselves and others. So healing your own wounds and cultivating a sense of self-love is a powerful way to reconnect with your Lemuria. Energy engage in practices like energy healing, Reiki, or chakra balancing, or simply allow yourself the space to heal emotionally and spiritually. The more you heal yourself, the more you will align with the Lemurian energy within you. Remember, reconnecting with your Lemurian energy is a personal and ongoing journey. Trust the process and be patient with yourself. As you explore these practices, your inner wisdom will guide you. And with time, you'll find that the energy of Lemuria flows more freely through you, awakening your spiritual gifts and guiding you towards your highest potential. We come to the end of this journey into the world of Lemuria and the possibility of your soul's connection to this ancient civilization. I want you to take a moment to reflect on everything we've explored together. Whether you feel a deep resonance with the characteristics of a Lemuria soul, or you're simply curious about the spiritual practices that can help you tap into Lemuria and energy, know that this exploration is just the beginning. The energy of Lemuria is still alive within you, waiting to be awakened and integrated into your life. The key is to